What's up, dancehall lovers? Welcome back to SLEEK DANCEHALL, the home for commentary, culture, and conversation straight from the heart of the music. Today we're diving into the era that you, the fans, voted as your favorite, the early Gaza era of Vybz Kartel from 2005 to 2009. Now, this period wasn't just pivotal for Kartel. It reshaped the very sound, image, and influence of dancehall music. Let's get into the timeline and the feuds, the hits, and the legacy that makes this era unforgettable. The year was 2005, and Vybz Kartel made one of the boldest moves in his career, breaking away from Bounty Killer's alliance. This was no small decision. At the time, the alliance was the most powerful camp in dancehall, housing heavyweights like Busy Signal, Mavado, and Wayne Marshall. Kartel, who had been a loyal member, decided to go solo after a string of disagreements. This move marked the beginning of the Gaza movement, which he would later build from the ground up in Portmore, St. Catherine. After parting ways with Alliance, Kartel started assembling his own musical army. Portmore Empire, later known as Gaza, became a platform for young, raw talent artists like Popcaan, Jah Vinci, Lisa Hyper, Black Rhino, and Tommy Lee Sparta would later emerge from this camp. But Gaza was more than a crew. It was a brand, a lifestyle, and a statement of independence. Vybz Kartel was carving out his own kingdom, one where he ruled unchallenged. Between 2005 and 2009, Kartel became a machine in the studio. This era gave birth to some of the most potent lyrical work, raw and unfiltered. His lyrics pushed boundaries, tackled taboo topics, and flipped the script on what dancehall could be. Songs like Gun Clown, Emergency, Life Sweet, Beyonce Wine, and Virginity defined the sound of the streets. Mixtapes like Up to the Time and More Up to the Time flooded the streets, taxis, and corner shops across Jamaica. No radio play, no problem. Kartel had the streets and they had him. It was inevitable. Two giants couldn't rule the dancehall scene at once. In 2008, the rivalry between Vybz Kartel and Mavado, formerly campmates in alliance, exploded into a full-blown lyrical war. This became known as the Gaza versus Gully feud. Tracks like Kill Them All, Rise Decay, Dem A Pray, and Last Man Standing had the entire island split. Even schools were divided, literally. Students in uniforms were repping Gaza or Gully, often leading to fights and school suspensions. The feud got so intense that even the Prime Minister, then Bruce Golding, had to intervene and call both artists to peace in 2009. Around this time, Kartel's image started to evolve. He began lightening his skin and embraced a more flamboyant fashion style. Critics accused him of abandoning his roots, but Kartel insisted it was all about branding, reinvention, and a psychological strategy. This era also saw him take full control of his public narrative through interviews, street DVDs, and his own YouTube presence. Whether it was controversy or charisma, Kartel knew how to keep the public talking. Let's talk hits, not just songs, but anthems that have stood the test of time during this era. Kartel dropped banger after banger. First up, Ramping Shop with Spice, which borrowed a melody from Neo's Missing Independent and stirred controversy before becoming a classic. Virginity, an instant schoolyard anthem. Wine Pon Me, Don't Run, Tech, Like a Movie, and Rise Decay, songs that were both lyrical and club ready. Get Wild and Life Sweet, raw reflections of ghetto life and the constant hunger for better. Every DJ had Kartel on repeat. Whether it was a war dubplate, a girl's anthem, or a street banger, Kartel was running every lane. By 2009, Gaza was fully established, not just as a crew, but as a cultural force. Popcaan's early rise, Jah Vinci's vocal strength, and the rebellious energy of Rhino gave the movement depth. More than that, Kartel introduced a new blueprint, the dancehall CEO. He wasn't just voicing songs, he was building brands, developing artists, and dominating the streets independently of the traditional label system. He even launched a line of merchandise and rum. Gaza became a household name even among people who didn't listen to dancehall daily. So why did you choose the 2005 to 2009 Gaza era as your favorite? because it was raw, revolutionary, and real. It was a time when Vybz Kartel redefined what it meant to be an artist in Jamaica. He challenged the status quo, elevated the lyrical standard, and brought a militant creativity that few have matched. Whether you're Gaza till death or just a fan of great music, there's no denying this era laid the foundation for the legend Vybz Kartel has become. Now drop a comment below. What was your favorite Kartel song from that time, and do you think anyone can recreate an era like that again? Until next time, this is Sleek Dancehall. Big up on yourself and stay locked.